And 38 past the hour, we're following the breaking news, and our next guest is criticizing President Trump for, quote, plunging the U.S. into another war in the Middle East and calling on Congress to return to Washington immediately to vote on the War Powers Resolution aimed at restricting the administration's ability to carry out further attacks in Iran. Democratic Congressman Jason Crow of Colorado joins us now. He's a member of the Armed Services and Intelligence Committees and a combat veteran himself. I'm curious where the support is for this resolution and for a vote.
Well, we're pushing it really hard because that's what Americans deserve. You know, I've seen this movie before. We all have, right? And how this goes is elites and leaders in Washington talk tough and bang the war drums. And then what happens is working class kids like me and the people that I fought with in Iraq and Afghanistan actually have to get into planes and helicopters and pick up rifles and do it. Right. So I've had it with that cycle, that endless cycle of non-accountability. I mean, look, Friday night, Donald Trump filmed this tough video where he talked about war and the costs of war and how hard it's going to be and how we're going to lose troops. Then he literally went behind the curtain and hosted $1 million a plate dinner dance party at Mar-a-Lago. That tells you everything you need to know.
Let's bring in right now to the conversation staff writer for The Atlantic, Frank Foer. Frank, I'm going to ask your opinion on what's happening in Iran, but I know you have a question first for the congressman.
Congressman, during the Afghanistan withdrawal, you were extraordinarily eloquent in talking about the obligations that we had to our allies in Afghanistan. President Trump, over the course of the last month, has made certain commitments to the Iranian people. He said that if they go into the street, we would be there to help them. What's the right way for us to think about our obligations to the Iranians who President Trump has encouraged to take all of these risks on behalf of his rhetoric?
Well, for me, the analysis begins as what is our obligation to Americans, right? Well, what are we doing to help and protect American people? That's number one. Number two is I do believe in standing by people who are yearning for freedom, fighting against oppression, and fighting for democracy. That is true. The question is how do we do that, right? Is military the only way or the first way we should do that? Or should we be using other tools of diplomacy, of aid? You know, it's really unfortunate that the Trump administration has spent the last year dismantling all of the tools that we would normally use to support opposition movements and support people yearning for freedom, like helping them communicate, helping provide them VPNs so they can access the outside world, providing support to the opposition movements. Almost all the tools that we would normally use in this instance, they have dismantled, and they have left us only with military power. So in this instance, that's what this administration is using. And frankly, we have a bad history of using military power to impact regime change, to nation build. You know, what about the last 30 years would indicate that that's a core competency and that turns out well?
Congressman, just moments ago, U.S. CENTCOM confirmed that now a fourth American service member has been killed in action, apparently during the initial Iran strikes, later succumbing to injuries. We don't have any other details just yet, but it certainly, you know, it shows again the toll of this conflict. 4 lives lost. The president has warned that more likely will follow. But talk to us about that. You know so well the sacrifices, the danger, the risks that these service members are putting themselves in, and doing so, as we heard from General Hertling a few hours ago, doing so without clear vision or from the president as to why.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, this is very personal for me and any combat veteran because I know what this looks like. I know what it means to be downrange on these missions, to see people, you know, being lost around you. This is very serious stuff, and my heart is going out. I'm sending prayers to the families of these fallen heroes, these warriors who are receiving the most devastating of news. And what they deserve from me and what they deserve from every American is asking tough questions. Right, their family and the troops that are out there on the line right now, flying combat missions, taking drone and missile fire, they deserve accountability. They deserve tough questions being asked, and they deserve answers from this president. You know, will the real reason for this operation please stand up? Because it is changing by the hour. right? It's regime change one moment. It's some undefined imminent threat, which, by the way, is a lie, right? There is no imminent threat. I sit on the Intelligence Committee, the Armed Services Committee. I pay very close attention to this, and there is no imminent threat. I can tell you that, right? So what is really going on here?
All right,
That's a good
Democratic
question.
member of the Armed Services and Intelligence Committees, Congressman Jason Crow of Colorado, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. We greatly appreciate your time.